All right. Hey, this is Jeremy, and this is today's 5 for 5. So this week, our pastors are talking about living on mission. And I have a story from the scriptures, 2 Kings chapter 7. It's very interesting, and I really think it ties back into the topic of living on mission. Now, when you go back to 2 Kings chapter 7, you are in the days of the prophet Elisha, the prophet who was bald. I really like Elisha. Now, in this story, the armies of Aram had laid siege to the city of Samaria. And it was so bad that there was a great famine in the city. They were running out of food, running out of supplies. It was hard to survive. Now, in this story, we read about 4 lepers who were sitting outside the gates of the city of Samaria. Now, they were already outcast outside the city. But one day, these men were looking at each other, and they said, you know what? We're going to die out here. Why don't we take a chance? Let's go out to the camp where the armies of Aram are, the enemy army, and let's go to them, and let's surrender ourselves to them. Maybe we'll get lucky, and they'll, let us live. Or maybe they'll kill us. But you know what? We're going to die out here anyway because of the famine. So these 4 lepers agree. They go to the camp where the armies of Aram were. And guess what they find? There's nobody there. The camp is empty. Yet everything is left behind. What happened? Well, the Lord had stirred up this noise that sounded like a huge army coming, chariots and galloping horses. And the Aram army thought, wow, the king of Israel has gone out and hired the Hittites and the Egyptians to come after us. And so they fled. The armies of Aram got out of there and just left everything behind. So when the lepers get to this camp, they find gold, silver, clothing, and they start hiding it, setting it aside for themselves. There's animals left behind. They find food and drink, and they're enjoying themselves. But finally they start thinking to themselves, hold on, this isn't right. And listen to what they said to each other in 2 Kings chapter 7, verse 9. This is not right. This is a day of good news, and we aren't sharing it with anyone. So later they said, come on, let's go back and tell the people at the palace. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they didn't owe it to everybody else to go out there and share everything that they had, all the treasure they found, all the food and drink that they found. I mean, they were already outcast. Everybody else had already alienated them because of their leprosy. But they knew it wasn't right to keep it all for themselves because everybody else needed food, needed supplies. Now, for you and I, there is nothing wrong for those of us who believe in Jesus to want more and more of God. To selfishly want to spend more time with God, to want to pray more, to want to read His Word more, to want to worship Him more. That's great. What is selfish is when we don't share Jesus with others. And there is an infinite supply of God for everyone to enjoy more and more and more of. And there are people out there who are starving for the word of the Lord, who are waiting for someone to bring them some good news, for someone to bring them love and grace and joy and eternal life that only comes through Jesus. For a lot of us, we are very selfish with our faith. We keep it all to ourselves. Now, you may think, oh, well, no, it's selfish to go out and share it with others. It's selfish to take up their time or to make things awkward or to try to get them to believe what I believe. No, it's selfish to keep it all to ourselves. To live a life on mission means that, yes, we want to know Him. We also want to make Him known. And we can't do that if we selfishly keep it all to ourselves. So I want to challenge you to go and live your life on mission, to find ways to share this good news with a world that desperately needs to hear it. I hope today you have a great day. See ya.